Mig-29 tactical fighter. Takeoff into the future. The story of a modern aircraft begins long before it takes to the sky. Before the first flight comes the experience of earlier generations and scientific knowledge and the talent of engineers and designers. An aircraft can only become unique and special by utilizing the best. The aircraft's face is its aerodynamic shape. Its clothes are the subdued colors of the fighter or the bright hues of the aerobatic team. The aircraft's heart is its engine. Its mind is the vision of the people who created this miracle of technology. And the brain of the aircraft is a network of cables and electronic diagrams with a pilot at their head. In aircraft, as in humans, everything should be functional. Face, clothes, mind, and thoughts. It's designed as a more mass-produced aircraft with a smaller combat radius of action. But the fighters are similar in other ways. The Americans also created their own aircraft pair, the heavy F-15 and the light F-16. Many more differences between them. Often the F-16 is compared to the Mig-29. Single-seat Mig-29 tactical fighter, type 912. Length 17.3 meters. Height 4.7 meters. Wingspan 11.3 meters. Maximum takeoff weight 18,100 kilograms. Maximum speed 2,450 kilometers per hour. Range 1,430 kilometers. Service ceiling 18 kilometers. Maximum G-load 9G. An important component of the Mig-29's capabilities was the variety of missiles specially designed for fourth-generation fighters, in particular the R-73 missile. The R-73 is a close combat guided missile with an infrared homing head. For a long time, there was no missile like this. It has a thrust vectoring engine, which gives it phenomenal maneuverability. Immediately after launch, the missile can turn through 90 degrees. Doesn't have to keep the aircraft pointed at the target. All he has to do is watch it through his helmet sight. You can't dodge an R-73 in close combat. The missile range is anything between 300 meters and 30 kilometers. The R-27 medium-range missile is for longer distances, up to 70 kilometers. Here's an interesting point. As soon as the Mig-29 was built, it was fitted with short and medium-range missiles. Its counterpart F-16 started with short-range missiles and could only use its weapons in visual contact conditions. The weapons carrying capacity of the Mig-29 is the same as the Su-27s, except that it carries fewer missiles. Carries 3 under each wing. In fact, the Mig-29 set a new standard for light fighters. It's actually a multi-purpose short and medium-range air combat fighter. The gun is a 30mm Gesher single-barrel cannon designed by Gryazev Shipunov. It fires 1,800 rounds a minute, and the magazine holds 150 rounds. It can be used for either air or ground targets. The Mig-29 can also carry bombs and rockets. These are 250-kilogram bombs being loaded. And these are 80mm rockets. Each underwing unit holds 20 of them. This is the so-called fuselage spine fairing. ECM transmitting and receiving aerials are located in different parts of the aircraft, for instance, in the wingtips. The transmissions send out jamming signals which blind enemy radars and their missile seeker mechanisms. Another modification was for the defensive systems. This mod was not so secret. We even see it demonstrated by the Swift's aerobatic team. These flares are so-called expendable target decoys. Soviet aircraft actually had similar systems in the 1980s as a result of experience gained in the Afghan wars. The Mujahideen had begun to use heat-seeking missile systems, and these decoys were designed to provide protection from that sort of weapon. The Mig-29 has 2 flare dispensers, each carrying 30 cartridges. When the cartridge burns out, it creates a thermal spot where the temperature gets to about 3,000 degrees Celsius. That's significantly hotter than the temperatures in the aircraft engines. The missiles are decoyed away from the aircraft so that they explode harmlessly. So that's the Mig-29 fighter. By the late 1980s, it had got ultimate recognition and high credibility. Production was increasing. Not only that, but exports were beginning to some countries friendly to the Soviet Union. But the West knew little of what the aircraft was really capable of. That situation was to change suddenly.